and welcome back to the second part of my GTA fun. And what I told you last video, I'm actually going to sort out my lowrider's horn, and let's go in. And you can tell there's loads of things you can do on your vehicle. Like I said earlier on, custom roof 2, no roof, or the roof. But I like to stick to the white roof because it looks better. And attached trunk, well, we call it a boot in England. And also, as I said, I was about to put a horn on this car, but there's so many horns. This horn looks epic, so I'm going to stick to that horn. And also for the hydraulics, whoa! Yeah, viewers, you can tell it's loads of money, but it's actually no point doing the hydraulics because they'll be exactly the same stand. Okay, I'm just going to leave the shop. And most of you might find out this is the actual car you actually can find on the streets. If you want to buy it, it will cost you about $29,500. Well, it's going to be pointless though. You could just find it on the streets, but it will cost you. Well, actually, it depends that you could actually find one on the street, because sometimes you go to different sessions or different days on the GTA game. It always appears different. So this game this car looks better in a lowrider set, because before the back end of the car was so high up. Let me just stop and show you. This is the car what it looks like it's lowrided, and this is that's what the car looked like before, but it had the wheels so deep to the ground. This is what the car looked like. It looks terrible, but in a lowrider scene, it looks better. Oh, shoot. Well, all of you might find I actually got a scratch on this car, but I put a very extra armor on this vehicle, so if any damage goes onto it, it doesn't actually show on the actual vehicle. Well, driving a lowrider is very good because you can drive it anywhere on the map. Apparently, a couple of days ago, me and my friend Zombie Monkey, we actually drove in this car. We actually did a Top Gear challenge of the lowrider scene, and apparently this car and his lowrider were actually tied. Even some lowriders you can buy, but it costs you a lot of money. This lowrider was actually the cheapest one out of the bunch. It was free off the streets, and it would cost me $187,000. And his saying is, it doesn't cost a lot. It actually does cost a lot of money to upgrade these vehicles. Like you can tell in here, the interior looks actually so immaculate. That's what being a lowrider is, because you can mess around with all the parts and all on each vehicle. And it's not a fast car, but the only fastest lowrider is that pickup truck. I don't know what the name is, but it is a very good pickup truck. I own that truck twice. I got rid of it. Actually, I got rid of it. Oh shh. Actually, I got rid of it because it was like it was a project. I had it lowrided, and it was a waste of money. So I'm gonna actually just stick to this car because it looks awesome. And if all of you are watching out there, you can put a comment on there to say, do you love this car, and is it worth the money? Yeah, very good horn. And the things you can do in the interior, you actually can change the trim to look like what it is. Oops. You can change the interior. You can tell it looks like it's some kind of pillow effect interior, but this interior, it looks epic. And also driving Driving on this lowrider at this speed looks epic. And since all of you want to know what the lowrider looks like from a parking view, I'm actually going to pull over at this this car park over here. Storage. And here it is. And here's my lowrider. I have done this in my last video, but well, one of my friends has said, can you do some race? Can you do some race? I don't know what he meant, but I think he wants me to do races. But I would say I will do that later on, once he soon enough. And back to the business. This, what my car looks like with all the fully modded. What I've done is, the original engine looks better, but I put like new cams, a very good air filter. Before it was just a lazy engine, so I just put a new air filter, new cam covers. The interior with bucket seats, and a very good that really. In the back I put the second set of hydraulics, because before I had the fully full one, but it cost me $250,000, like you saw back at Bennings. And I put the extra expensive speaker system because it looks epic in the back. And also, you can't hear that, viewers, because I haven't put the music on. Yeah, if you can hear that. Is it me, or did you say... No, I did not that. I did not say... I said bucket seats, like bucket seats that most race cars have. Because bucket seats look more better in a race car, but not my type of car, because it looks better. If my friend's talking loads of gibberish in that lot, sometimes he is a good friend, but sometimes I don't understand what he's saying. And that looks epic. But back to the business. I'm going to do driving from Los Santos to Palito Bay, and from Palito Bay to Los Santos. And it looks epic. And it looks better. If all of you might find out which lowrider is the best, but it's your type of choice. Like my friend's commenting on the side of the screen, he actually has two lowriders. One of them counts as a van, but the other one counts as it looks like a van, but it counts as a muscle car. And it's actually more better because in the van and the minivan, you actually can get more people in. But these lowriders, you only can fit about 2 people in these cars. And look. Yeah, this thing, it sounds epic. And that sort of noise, everybody, you can hear, that's the it's your Archer horn. It's horn, like musical horn most people put on their cars. There is a horn for the Dixie horn, but this horn looks better on this car. Whoa, my god, oh. Yeah. Well, you have to be careful, viewers, if you're driving with the camera view, because this type of view looks better, but you have to be careful where you're going though, because if you're doing that, it just does it straight away, but you can't tell how far the cars are. And look at this. And the lowrider scene, it is better because doing low riders cars is very expensive, but it's worth a lot of money. But this car is the most cheapest low rider you actually can find with the money. If you steal this car off the street, you can just convert it into a lowrider straight away. But during this week, it's only cost you half price. But this time, it's not. It will cost you about $367,000. And also, doing a road trip across the entire map of Los Santos actually looks better, because most people just go on GTA and just do missions and that lot. But part of playing GTA, like, you explore all over the map. Like over here, you actually can go. Oh, shh. Okay, with all of you during a road trip, you have to be careful about what is coming on the other side of the road, and you can take your car off road. As you can see, this type of car is not actually suitable for off-road, but it does give you a choice to do that, because playing GTA Online, you could do anything you want. You could do missions, you could hang out with your friends, or explore the whole entire map. And also, it looks better because driving a lowrider is expensive, but it is worth the money to do this sort of thing on doing the lowrider scene, because that's why lowriders cost a lot of money to do these type of things. And also, I know everywhere I'm tired of the map, because a couple of weeks ago, I actually disconnected my GPS on the map, you can see on the screen. And I know everywhere about the map, but sometimes I do need it on if I need to find some people and a lot. And everyone, you can see we're going under the military base. And that ramp right there, that's the only way to get into the military. But if you are brave or stupid in that lot, you just jump in from a helicopter. And driving around, it is fanatic to drive a lowrider for an entire map. And also, doing the lowrider, you can actually do this. If all of you play the Xbox One version, if you press the, it goes right riding. And I will show you on the next stop what you do with these lowriders. Well, I can't wait even longer, so I'm going to stop at deciding. Okay, if you press the A button, it goes up. But if you hold it down when it goes down, it jumps up down. And if you do this, you can actually do it. It's actually it looks like it. Oh, hey, it's dancing. But you have to be careful when you're not actually on the edge, because if you do it on the edge, you actually will tip your car over, like on that edge over there. And it's a long fall. Whoa, shit. Okay, you have to be careful. Now both my lights are broken now. But you actually can repair your lowrider. But repairing a car is actually more expensive than just doing that lot. If you have an adder, if you broke the front end of the car, it will cost you about £1,500. Actually, 1,500. It's actually going to cost you about 3 times that. And I know it's loads of money, but most people are trying to avoid that. Like, you can just take it back to your personal apartment. So you can take it back and it goes repairs straight away. And looks like we're nearby back to Los Santos. And Los Santos is just the place where the lowriders should be. But some people like to take them out on the streets of San Andreas. And look at that.